Hey everybody, Douglas from the Amigos Down Under podcast. The current episode with our special guest, we had so much to talk about. We've had to cut it into 2 parts. This is part 1. Hope you enjoy. Cheers. Welcome to the Amigos Down Under podcast, where it's 3 amigos talking about our life in Australia, how we grew up, immigrant parents, our experiences, and sharing our stories with everyone. I'm joined with my co-hosts, Adrian, Seb.
Yo, yo.
Hey, how we going, gentlemen?
Yeah, not too bad. It's good. Not too bad.
Give us a like and a subscribe on Instagram, Aussies Down Under Podcast. Send us any messages, any topics you want us to cover, any jokes, etc. Just in general, any messages you want to send to the boys.
Nice homework there. What's the name of the page?
What did I say?
Aussies Down Under. Good start there. Good
Let's
start.
restart it then.
Nah, fuck it. Let's go. Go with it. What's it called?
Amigos Down Under.
There we
My
go.
bad.
Amigos Down Under.
Give us a like, give us a subscribe on Instagram, Amigos Down Under Podcast. Send us any messages, any suggestions,
Yeah.
jokes,
Yeah, thanks for listening.
general chit chat.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you.
Aussie slang,
Not
sayings.
many of us, many fans, so we'll get back to you straight away.
To our fan. To our fan out there.
Yeah.
We've got our fan behind us right now. It's that freaking hot.
This episode we'll be talking to, well, I guess finally talking to
Yes.
our mate.
Yeah.
Having a chat to giving a bit of an interview.
We had a false start with Juanito.
False start with Juanito. So this is Juanito, everybody.
Pleasure to meet you all. Thank you, gentlemen, for having me on board. Long time listener, first time caller. So, yeah, it's an honour. I did not make the first cut
No.
due to unforeseen
Well,
circumstances.
that's a really good segue.
Unforeseen.
Gentlemen, let's crack open one now, and
Yeah.
then we can actually segue into why he didn't make the first cut the
I've
first
been
time.
looking at
So,
this beer.
hang on, you ready? Let's do it. As always, cheers, gentlemen. Cheers
Salute.
to a good show.
Oh.
False start. Hey, Juanito, what happened last time, my friend?
I guess you can say I peaked too early.
It was, what, 10 in the morning, and you were just gone.
Let me just say one thing. This trip that we had sort of did something to me. I sort of kind of made me realize I'm getting old.
Oh, is it?
I can't back up like I used to. So first night we get there, we're drinking, having a good time, and like I'm thinking I'm gonna wake up, get out of my tent, I'm gonna see Adrian drinking at 8 in the morning, and to his credit, he was. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do the same. So just decided to open up a few drinks, and then jumped in the pool, kept drinking, and then started doing shots, and 10 o'clock hit, and I was like,
It just went downhill from there.
And then he blames it on the sun.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
just a bit hot.
It was hot. Yeah, I was sweating. Yeah,
It all sunk in.
by this time, mind you, we were oiled up. Like,
Yeah.
all this tanning lotion.
the people. Amy's called me and said we can't get this oil stain out of the door from you walking into
They're
the
not
door.
getting a fucking deposit back.
Oh man! So all our fan out there listening in podcast land, Juanito was obviously with us on the little trip away that we've come back from recently.
Indeed.
And that was a false start we were talking about. We brought him over, and he just
He was intentionally going to be our first guest.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
he peaked way too early.
yeah, picked way too early.
too early.
Well, they said let's have a drink, and you can come on, after having 2 drinks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, no worries. I'll come on, bring on the best content you've had all day.
Yeah. We should have actually recorded him just the crap he was saying so we could play it so he could hear himself.
It's true.
Oh, he only knew about
Literally.
4 words at that stage.
Yeah, well, it was the Peter Griffin laugh, and no matter what we said was, I'd be
song.
like, I'd go, hey, Adrian, pass me the cable. He'd be like, you're a cable. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's all coming back to me.
Yeah. That was a good day, Bart.
Yeah, it was.
Hot, but good day.
It was a hot day.
How long has it been now? A week?
It'll be over, isn't it?
We're coming into this
is the
is
second week.
week since we've been back.
So 2 weeks and we finally came around. Here he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready to rock and
I
roll.
think he's sober-ish. He just
No.
sculled a can, so
I've still got quarter left. It's my second beer, so that's all right.
So the holiday was good, wasn't it, boys?
Oh,
Oh man,
hectic.
nothing
yeah,
like it.
I think
Yeah.
it was good amount of time. I reckon
Yeah.
7 days.
yeah, I
Yeah.
actually enjoyed
Quite
it.
a few days of sun at
Yeah.
least. And
We got about, what, 4... We were there 7 nights, 8 days. We got about 4.5, 5 days of sun, roughly.
And
We had
one
2.
hurricane.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
You guys can feel it because you're all in cabins.
Yeah.
And
Hey, I heard it, all right? That fucking whirly-bird.
I felt it when my tent was about to fucking fly off.
Yeah. Yeah, so as we've said in previous episodes, where we stayed, there's 4 family cabins, 2 motel-style cabins, and then also plenty of room for camping. So Juanito took out his tent, his everything, pretty much, your tripod,
Gazebo.
gazebo, the whole lot. Yeah,
pitched in a tent all
Pitched,
7 days.
he was.
Mate.
He was pitching a tent, and we called him the tripod.
That's it.
Yeah.
Pulled out his rod too,
Yeah.
and the fishing rod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That explains the smell.
And why all those fucking possums were hanging around.
cool.
Ah.
So we decided to
Oh, yeah, what was his name?
we had to part ways. Old Cornelius and I.
Cornelius.
So Cornelius was my neighbour for the night. Yeah, while I was there, he was the little possum that lived in the tree above my tent.
Oh, yeah.
And
He was on the JDs apparently one night.
Yeah.
So, look, what happened with Cornelius was that some of his boys were getting jumped, so he went down there with his boys to bust the cap in the oven's ass, and they literally decided to fight outside my tent. So the next night we were polishing the knives and getting ready for the big brawl, but the other boys didn't show up.
Yeah, I
so
was
it all
scared.
good.
Scared.
Yeah, mate. Unlucky.
Called your dozens of cousins.
It was good. So I think there was an ongoing little event that was happening for those 7 days. Started from day one as soon as they got there.
Yeah. Well, on the way there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that counted?
No, I don't think we can. No.
Oh, wow. So really, your number got fucked up if you count that one then, because you finished on a perfect number.
Oh, but we only had one.
yeah, so that's what I
right.
mean.
Yeah, we only had
Yeah,
one.
so you would have ruined it.
126 it is.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So what does 126 mean?
Well,
Tell us, Age.
I don't know whose idea was it, eh?
Yours.
It would have been yours.
no.
Hold on. No, wasn't it like because we were meant to do like have the whiteboard with all the
Oh,
points?
okay.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was my idea. All right.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to have a bit of a friendly competition between the family. Didn't end up happening.
Well, because
One of the-
you won easily.
Yeah.
You won on
Well,
day 2, but
No,
anyway.
but we had a few games lined up and a few competitions and
I mean, him
some
were never
rubbish
met
to give
first,
away.
Hmm.
And I thought one of the prizes could be who drinks the most out of the 7 days, and that's when the tally started.
Yeah.
So 126.
126.
126
Drinks.
potential standard
Cans.
drinks
Yeah.
or individual
No,
drinks.
Cans.
Individual
Oh.
drinks.
I think you got
So,
more.
I reckon.
And shots.
yeah.
I'd say
Definitely.
if you go off standard drinks, he'd be pushing close to 200 standard drinks.
More.
Easy.
You reckon more?
You reckon?
Especially with the free pouring of all those
True.
jungle juice.
Oh, the jungle
Oh, the
juice.
jungle
Yeah.
juice.
That was how many bottles was that?
Yeah, true.
So
There was,
jungle juice, you've got
Yeah.
1 bottle of Smirnoff, 2 bottles of Verdi, which is like a champagne, a sweet champagne.
Yeah.
And a couple of craving sodas.
but then you made more. You end up making more.
We end up chucking the 3 bottles or 3 half bottles of vodka, so but another
Yeah, bottle and a half.
And
Yeah.
those tequila cans, that's 12.5 standard
Yeah.
drinks.
No, 3.5
Yeah,
standard drink.
2.5%.
three,
yeah.
sorry. 2.5%, yeah.
12%.
Yeah. That was, yeah. So, yeah, 200 standard drinks in 7 days.
More. Doug just said more. I
I reckon
stick
it's
with
more. I reckon.
Hey,
To be honest,
we
I
did-
think to probably be more.
We did shots as well. The soju's. Me and you went shot for shot the first night. No one else had any. Just me and you.
I
But
don't even know Soju was there.
we didn't count those.
No,
so
I actually,
before
I actually didn't even see the so. Did you just?
I took up 5 bottles.
I didn't
wow.
see him once. You guys
I
just,
drank 5 bottles.
Just say he's polished them off in that first night.
We'll post up on the Instagram the video of the final shot.
The final shot.
Oh,
The funnel. The funnel.
Oh, yeah,
I think
beautiful.
I'll go a video
Put one of
of
those
too.
on.
I'll see if I can
Yeah.
send it to you. boys.
Bloody hell.
For all the
Did one
millions of fans.
a few of them on the weekend as well. Love that little thing. You beauty.
Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, it was good. It was as we've talked about, we had what between 20 and 22 people there. A couple people will come up for a couple of days here and there, and
Yep.
it was really good fun. Good weather as we talked about.
Good feeding too. With some good food.
Oh, man,
yeah.
those pupusas were ridiculously good.
Absolutely.
They looked like pizza pockets in the end. That's how juicy and thick they were.
So those people who don't know what pupusas are, it's Salvadorian traditional food. It's pretty much made from corn mace, stuffed with either cheese, beans, like refried beans, or pork,
Pork.
or
three.
mixture of all three,
Yeah.
with a bit of salsa on top.
So what did you make, Dougie, up there with the girls? You made the cheese and pork one, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, chicharron
Yeah,
with
the
cheese.
chicharron.
Yeah.
So it's just
But it was like
pretty
three.
much pork fat refried,
Oh,
blended with
good.
tomatoes, and then
Oh, it's got a bit of meat on there.
and garlic.
No.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of meat
Of
on there.
course, of
It
course.
gave Juanito a fat eating, didn't it, Juanito?
To give you an idea of what it actually tastes like, because it's pretty hard to describe. The way I described it best was picture God sending angels down to heaven, and then they are kissing your taste buds, and then caressing it slowly. That's what it's like to eat a pupusa.
Yeah.
I'm not even Salvadorian, but I can say that.
Yeah, I think that's a fair
Yeah.
assessment.
What is your background there, Juanito?
I am Aussie, mate.
Yeah, beautiful.
Aussie, nice.
Nice.
Nah, but to be fair, my family from overseas, obviously. If you look at me, I'm a 6-foot black dude,
Right.
or
Yeah.
brown, or
Whereabouts?
now soy black from my tan from Annabelle.
Yeah. Whereabouts?
But mum's from Bolivia, from
Mhm.
Santa Cruz, Bolivia,
Mm.
and my dad is from Brazil, near Sao Paulo. It's a little
Oh,
town
nice.
called Laranjeiras.
Oh, nice. You were born here?
Born and raised here, born in a hospital that no longer exists in Darlinghurst, Sydney.
Yeah, right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I'm technically an Eastie boy. But
Oh, you and Doug. You and Doug, yeah.
Oh, so when
Ah.
when did your parents come to Australia?
Okay, so my old man came first in the 70s, I believe.
Yep.
And he came and lived in Coogee. He brought his mum over, which is my grandma, and my auntie, and one of his brothers. They lived here in Coogee for a long time. My dad met his first wife,
Yep.
and a Brazilian lady, and he bought a place in Bondi Beach. You know, it's like literally 2 streets down from the beach. So
Oh, beautiful.
yeah, U-Butte, everything. And yeah, so from there, like pretty much from there, he brought his family over, and like he ended up, obviously there was a divorce there happening, or else I wouldn't be here.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone back to Bolivia, then Brazil, then Bolivia, and then he met my mum there. And
Oh.
then my mum came over here with, had my sister over there, and came here, and then it was me, and then my 2 younger sisters, and we've been here since.
Yeah, nice.
So you're second oldest.
Third actually. So
Oh, you're third.
I got a half sister.
Oh, okay.
Ah, okay, yep.
Oh,
Yep. So you got 3 sisters? 4 sisters?
4 sisters, 2 older, 2 younger.
Yeah, right. So you're the middle.
Smack bang, mate.
Smack bang. The middle and the boy. Far out.
Favorite.
So you speak English?
Spanish,
Australian?
Aussie.
Spanish?
I speak Western Sydney, Spanish.
Yeah, fuck hell. Hang
Got a
on.
bit of Leb in there too.
Yeah,
when
a bit
we're online.
Baba, listen, Baba. Baba, please.
and do you speak Portuguese?
Você fala pouquinho português?
Hey, I think that says I speak a little Portuguese.
It
There you go.
does,
See, I even speak a little. Yeah, nice.
I can understand Portuguese. I can say a few words. It's like when most people come from a second country or second background, you can understand most of what someone's telling you, and you can only say a few words. That's
Yeah.
how I am with my Portuguese.
Yep.
My Spanish is a bit different. I'm very fluent. I can speak, read, write.
Yeah.
You know, so like I just practiced it more.
Yeah, fair
growing
enough.
up, you know,
What about your old man? Does he speak Spanish?
Spanish, English, Portuguese fluently.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Plays a lot of music too. He's one of those old school
Hey,
ones.
hell yeah.
Have you ever been to Bolivia or Brazil? Have you gone back with family or anything like that? Visited?
I actually went alone. Mind
Is
you. Yeah, back in my time. Nah, 2007. Strange, funny story. I used to be a young lad and joined a traditional dancing group, Bolivian dancing.
Oh, yeah.
Believe it or not.
We need to see photos and
Oh,
videos
mate,
of this shit.
there is-
It's going on Amigos
There is
Down Under.
YouTube evidence.
Oh,
is it?
There
we're
actually
finding
is.
it. Adrian's on it.
Folklore.
Yeah, folkloric dancing. So basically, we were
Folklore?
on. There was a competition here in Western Sydney. So the competition was, the first prize was to go to Argentina and perform in the competition over there.
Mm.
So we won the competition and we got tickets, flew over there, and we competed there.
Mm.
So that was my first time going overseas, first time on a plane ever. In Argentina, we competed
Mhm.
and we won.
Ah.
But first prize was to come compete in Australia. So it's like, all right,
Oh, really?
well,
Yeah.
Get a holiday. Wait, I live here.
yeah. But I don't know, while we were there, I was like, fuck it, I'll spend a bit of extra money, first time overseas. And just, from Argentina, I went to Bolivia, I stayed there for about 2-3 months and came back. And
Oh, yeah. Good
I haven't
well.
been back since 2007, so it's been a while, but
How old were you when you went?
18, fresh 18. So
Oh,
in my prime, so
oh
in
my friend.
prime. The ripping and the tearing.
You came back with memories and diseases.
And potentially some kids, so I haven't paid any child support yet, so we'll see what happens.
So there's no age limit, anything that you can do, obviously, in Bolivia? Like, you can
Nah, mate,
do
the
whatever.
kid's drinking at 12, mate, seriously.
Jeez. How was it like? Because that's,
Time to be alive. Look at Adrian. He's licking his lip. All these years wasted till I was 18.
yeah, because that's, Bolivia's higher up, right? Like, the altitude's pretty high up, right?
It sort of is. It depends. Half the country is split. So you've got the Amazon side. So that's pretty much hot, humid.
Yeah.
I used to have a cold shower, and then get out of the shower, you dry yourself. As you dried yourself and you pass the towel, you start sweating instant.
Far out.
That's how bad it is. So that's half of it. That's where I'm from, and the other half is like the Andes, the mountains. So it's very high altitude. Like you feel the difference. Like it's a different world out there. Honestly, it's just,
like you get short of breath, right? Because you can't breathe much, right?
I almost fainted.
Oh, really?
I honestly fainted. Like I'm looking at myself. I'm a little bitch. I'm fucking fainting. You know, like I was in the cab. Got out of the cab, and as soon as I got out, paid the guy. I stood up straight and was like almost fell down. I blacked out for like half a second.
Far out. That would have been good. At least, you would have had people around you not trying to rob you or anything.
No, I got robbed there.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I got robbed
All
there.
right.
I was out and about in like a not so rich touristy area at a certain establishment where certain individuals dance.
Ah. Yes.
And
Yes.
it's an expensive night, those ones.
Is that that's folklore dancing? Was
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Nice,
so I had
nice.
to walk out, go get some money from the ATM because I was, obviously I was donating, and
Of course.
Yeah, as I'm at the ATM, turn around, there's 4 blokes, looking at me, pointing out knives at me, and they're like, pretty much took my money and ran off.
So you went back, got more money out?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
So do you have much family over there?
Pretty much from my mum's side, her whole family's there. So all her brothers and sisters are all there. My dad's side, he's got his brothers and his sister here. But all his cousins, everything are overseas in Bolivia and Brazil.
Did you say you went to Brazil as well?
No, I haven't
you've
been
never
there
been
yet.
there.
Not yet. I was meant to
Yeah,
go for the
I
World
like
Cup. I haven't gone yet.
What's on the
I'm
bucket
waiting for you
list?
boys to hurry up and let's buy tickets, mate.
So your Spanish is pretty good?
Look, if I'm there, like, I speak fluently, I can keep up with everyone. Only problem is that obviously I've got an accent compared to, like, the people from the motherland. Yeah, no, pretty good.
That's
Pretty good.
Yeah, big time. I've even heard you come up with different accents. You got the Uruguayan, the Bolivian, you got the Argentinian accent down.
That's
Smashing it.
Perks of living in Western Sydney. You got guys from
You've
Chile.
even got like a Western Sydney Mexican guy in there.
Yeah.
The Darrow Mexican.
Nah, to be fair though, like if you come here, you got guys from like in my area. Most of them got Chilean background, so you got the Chilean Spanish. Obviously, it's very different to everyone else. You got the Uruguayans and Argentinians, which is a fair bit for them as well. More Uruguayans and Argentinians.
Yeah.
They got obviously their own accent, which is similar to each other.
Similar to each other, that's right. Yeah.
And you got if you go towards the city, you got the Colombians. They got their accent, but like it's very. I guess as we say, cantao, like it's more sung. It's not really pronounced. Like my first cousins, they were half Cubans, so for them it was like a different type of Spanish, it was like the Caribbean Spanish. So you sort of like kind of mix your own Spanish and sort of develop your own style, trying to kind of mingle with everyone else. You know what I mean? Like, so that's kind of like, it's weird. Like when I go overseas, no one can really pick where I'm from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you picked up everything from everywhere.
That's right. Yeah. So like little words, accents, slang words, and stuff like that. That's sort of kind of
They know you're a gringo, but they don't know exactly where from. Yeah.
But they can pick you straight away as soon as they
from a mile away.
The way you talk, the way you dress, the way you walk, everything about it straight away.
I think you had I remember you told me you said a story once when you went back to Chile.
Yeah, the first time we went.
Yeah, the first time you went, the cab driver
straight away. Straight away, man.
Tell them how.
We were literally, I was 10 the first time we went, and we basically didn't leave the house on our own for the first 2 weeks because my parents hadn't been back for ages, wanted to know the route. So they, and integrated, and we weren't allowed to take overly nice clothes either. So we had to take our ratty clothes. And even then we still stood out a lot by even just Asics or whatever shoes. Anyway. And it was the first time we were going to my dad's mum's on our own, jumped into there's taxis and colectivos. So colectivos are basically the bus, but in a car. So you pay a little bit more, but it just does the bus routes, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So it only goes bus routes. With a taxi, you go, I want to go to this address. I go, yeah. But if you jump in a colectivo, it's like, all right, well, I can't take you to that address, but I can take you to this street, and it's like a 5-minute walk. So they literally, my parents said, don't speak, don't say anything. Literally, we didn't, right? Get in the colectivo, and the guy doesn't even take off, and he goes, you guys aren't from here. Dad goes, what do you mean? He goes, you're not from Chile, you're visiting. And he goes, No, we are anyway. And he goes, no. He goes, look, I'm not trying to rob you. I'm not going to rip you off. The price is the price, blah, blah, blah. You know? And he goes, no. And he goes, just take me here. My dad's taking the shoes. Just take me here. Just take me here. Anyway, the guy was really nice. And he starts talking for a little bit. And then he goes, look, I'm not silly. I'm not going to rip you off. You know the price. But he's not from here. And he goes, all right, and he goes, where are you from? From Australia. Anyway, he had a sister here in Australia. So they hit it off, whatever, chatting away. And then my dad goes, how did you know? And he goes, because as soon as you guys sat in the car, all of you put your seatbelts on. Like straight away. Yeah. And as soon as we did that, he's like, because now that I think about it, as soon as we all went click, 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 he's like, you guys aren't from here. So we learned our lesson. We didn't put our seatbelts on after that.
Yeah, that's right. Well, guys thirsty?
Oh, yeah.
All right, go get a beer.
Oh, yeah. I'll be back. I'll get them.
All right, so more drinks, guys.
Yeah.
Let's pop 'em.
Yeah, we'll
Yep.
take two, eh? We got a second one.
All over my face.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
I did it a half.
Yeah,
Still swallowing.
That's what she said. That's what she said. And Juanito is there. There we go.
At the wrong time. I was about to spit my beer all over this equipment.
Oh, man. Come on.
But luckily, I swallow, I don't spit.
Going back to what
Love it.
the story, like how you were saying, said when you went to Chile.
Yep.
So the first time I went back to El Salvador, we had the same thing. Like we had to wear the worst clothes that we had, like no brands, pretty much.
Yeah.
We go to the hotel. There's a few hotels, but there's one big hotel in the center of San Salvador, the Intercontinental.
Oh.
And so we go in, we get our bags, we go into the lift, and my dad, the whole trip from the airport to the hotel is like, they speak English, they speak English, they speak English, Spanish only, Spanish only.
Yeah.
Right. And it was hard for my brother, so my brother couldn't talk because he doesn't speak Spanish at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Right? We all get into the elevator.
Yeah.
So the guy who's taking us to the room, whatever his name is, and he goes, "Oh, ¿cómo están todos?" And my dad's like, "Yeah, good, thanks." We all started laughing.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant.
So if you don't know what "Cómo están todos" means,
How is everyone more?
Yeah,
how's
good, mate.
everyone?
How are you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
good,
no,
mate.
pretty good.
First person,
Not
the
bad,
only
Cobber.
person,
Fucking you.
the only one that spoke English straight away off the bat.
Can I just ask a question though, with your story? What was the name of the hotel?
Hotel Intercontinental.
Continental. So was it part of John Wick's story? Are you guys like all assassins or some shit?
No, I was hoping you were saying
that's the
Hotel
Continental
California.
Hotel. Yeah.
Continental.
Just intercontinental.
Yeah.
Hey, to be fair, this Salvador's
It was one jick.
Very dangerous
One
place.
jick.
Juan Wick. They call me Juan. Juan Wick. Mucho gusto.
The one and only.
Nice to meet my chucho. I want to turn.
What? How did we not introduce him as the one and only Juanito?
It's because
we haven't gotten up to that yet, mate. It's an Australian thing.
It takes one to know one, mate.
Yeah.
Takes one to know.
Yeah.
That was good.
Let's bring it back to the motherland, Australia, for all of us, I guess.
Yeah.
Except Doug, because he didn't grow up.
Well, yeah. He's a fucking foreigner. Get back to your
How
own
was,
country.
Juanito, how was your childhood? You growing up in Australia, what was your experience?
Mate, to be fair, it was different, mate. Like, I don't know, it's weird to say because, like, my primary school, I was the only South American guy in the whole fucking school. A couple of Asians, most of them are Aussies. So,
What area is that?
I grew up in Fairfield, Carramar. It's like my primary school was Villawood Public School. So it wasn't the best, there's not the most uppity class sort of areas, like pre-run down houses and shit.
Did you cop a lot of shit?
Oh, fucking us we did.
Yeah.
We copped
so.
it. We fucking go into the punch-ons and shit.
Yeah.
Only until I got to high school. When I first got to high school, I went to a better high school. My family were a bit better off at the time. And that's when I actually started meeting South Americans. Because my first mates in my high school, they were Chileans and, mostly Chileans actually, and one Uruguayan. So that was the first time I was actually hanging around cunts of my own background. You know what I mean? So we sort of stuck together. And from there, we saw the cliques started happening, yeah? In high school, you had the Aussies, which we called the Skips. Had,
I forgot about that. I remember that. Yeah, the Skips. I've forgotten about that.
Skips.
I heard that a lot.
Yeah.
In Fairfield, I grew up in Fairfield, but going to St. Clair, you never heard it. But yeah, sorry, go on. You had the Skips.
The Skips. We had like the Arabs sort of stuck together, like the Lebos and the Syrians, because in Fairfield there's heaps of the Syrians.
Yeah.
And like if you go towards like the Guildford, Marylands, there's a whole bunch of Lebos. So we just called them Arabs. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is fucking generalizing. You had the Asians, which were basically all Vietnamese cunts because fucking Cameron
Oh,
is right next door. So you got Asians, the Arabs, the Skips. There was us, and then we generalized all the Wogs.
Yeah.
So the Wogs were basically your Italians, your Croatians, your Serbians, fucking Macedonians.
So
and all that.
what were you? What was your group?
We were the Latinos.
The Latinos.
We were the
no.
Latinos. There was only about 7 or 8 of us.
Yeah.
That's weird. It sounds like that's like us. Like for me at school as well. There was little groups. There was all Asians and there was all the Italian, European guys and all the Arabs. But there was like guys that liked to hang around with the Arabs.
Yeah.
You thought they were Arabs, but they weren't Arabs.
Yeah.
And then there was as well, like, there was a mixture of just majority of Latinos as well. But obviously other Wogs came into, and that was like the soccer group kind of thing. But it was like, like a prison, man. Like there's all these little factions, right?
Exactly.
Fucking that's a great
And
way to put it.
We even had fights against other groups. We had group fights. Like, for example, one dude would, like, for some stupid reason, get into an argument or fight with one of the guys from another group. It'd be group on group at the Oval, all fights. And we'd be like, call the Asians, come help us out.
Symbols?
Or call the Aussies.
Yeah, symbols.
No,
yeah.
Mind you, this is the prime when we had Blood In, Blood Out.
Yeah.
It was like the movie that we were all watching.
How have we not spoken about that movie?
Bloody and Blood Out,
Hang on.
American Me.
Yeah. So this is the era
blood
of
out.
gangsters. This is like the early 2000s for us. So like this is just after the 90s. The 90s was like all over TV. You got the race wars and shit like that.
Oh, we even had like WMS South Central,
That's right, yeah.
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood. That was a good movie.
So we grew up with
Ricky.
that sort of stuff. So that's the mentality that we had. So we were there trying to be like little wannabe Mexican essays and shit. But we sort of grew out of that phase quickly because like we realized we were definitely not in that element. Like
Yeah.
in Fairfield, all the Arabs ran Fairfield basically.
Oh, yeah.
So
We were
like,
watching
fucking-
Finding Nemo in my day.
Yeah.
But then
We had the fish, we had the sharks, we had the fucking whales.
Crustaceans, mammals.
Yeah, you fucking mammal.
So say age, how different was it for you? Obviously, you got a bigger gap than us for school. How was it? Was it the same thing? Was that little factions in there?
Not factions, but there was not many Latinos at all in the West. Right? Where I went to school anyway. There was only like 2 of us, like I said in the first episode, I think.
Yeah.
Me and some other chick in high school, but in primary school, no idea. No idea.
Didn't
I
really.
didn't see colour, mate.
But
I saw I saw within.
This guy only saw black and white. That's
yeah,
even worse.
that's it. It's called colorblind, dickhead. But
should really get that checked out. And that rash.
he knowing him, he'd have 2 groups. The Gronks and the non-Gronks. Because there's no rule in between for age. It's either you're a Gronk or you're not.
Yeah, so there wasn't like a segregation of like all Wogs
No.
and all Aussies and
No, we
Everyone-
weren't segregated. Everyone was mixed in.
Everyone with everyone.
different times. Yeah,
Guess
changes.
what is at a fucking Catholic school?
Yeah.
Like,
What was your public school?
Can I ask what
Yeah.
years did you graduate? Like year 12? Or
2013.
2013, okay.
Yeah, that's a
So
big
for me,
gap.
I graduated in 2006.
Finding Nemo, mate.
Yeah.
06. What about you
Yeah.
guys?
I was 2000.
04.
Okay, so I finished year 6.
I also
in
watched
2000.
Toy Story. That's
Yeah.
another little
That's
faction.
fucking mad. Yeah.
Faction thing going on.
Yeah.
You know what?
Humans and the toys.
Towards the end
The
of my high
Woodies
school,
and the Buzzers.
That's Andy's mum's toys.
No, I was saying towards the end of high school, like the sort of the race thing sort of kind of was disappearing. So everyone was more like one big group. What sort of brought it back was, did you guys remember the Cronulla riots?
Oh, yeah.
That happened in year 12
I remember
for us,
those.
right?
Yeah.
And one of the boys that was in our year, he left in year 10. He was one of the guys that were marked as the 12 guys that were caught on front of the papers.
Yep.
And he came back to school to get references and shit like that. So the only time that that little race sort of thing came back was because of that.
Yeah.
But aside from that, we were like we were just pretty much one big group of mates.
It's
Yeah.
sort of starting to come back now. I've seen it
Oh,
in
really?
my line of work.
Yeah,
I
right.
have not going to say.
Mm.
There's race wars going on
Yeah.
between, between kids.
There's postcode wars and race wars. Yeah, postcode. Yeah.
Discord wars, bro.
Discord.
That's where it's on.
That's
now.
where it should
it's on
be.
But is
fucking
it-
online now.
That's where it should be.
No, but there is actually race wars,
Yeah?
especially in the West.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Fucking
Do you think
just-
it's between like schools or was it within the school?
Within the school.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and
Outside
these,
of
these
school,
two particular races get
Mm.
others involved that aren't in the school.
We
That's
had, we,
bullshit.
had, we had the same thing. We had like, I think around about 2002 is when all schools started getting those big bars,
Yeah.
big pointy fences on there.
Yep.
Because I remember before that we didn't have that. It was just those little waist high
Yeah.
wide fences. So because we're next to a shopping center, we had people coming in to into the school starting fights. Literally just walking. It was that easy to walk into the school
Yeah.
just to start fights all the time.
Our school put up cameras after I left.
Fuck.
Well, something must have gone
They
down.
should have done
I
it
know-
while you were there.
They wanted to make sure that you didn't come back.
Yeah, it was just Adrian alert. Adrian alert.
There was an instance where the school got tagged by an ex-student. He got expelled, came in, trashed all the windows, tagged all over the walls, all over specific teachers' walls, messages about them,
Fuck.
like just red paint everywhere.
Far. It went to
And
town.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and then I think they knew who it was.
Yeah.
We knew who it was.
Yeah.
But then since then, bars, cameras, all this rubbish.
So you're just moving back to what we were talking about before. So your primary school, Villawood.
Yes,
Public-
Villawood Public School, which ended up changing its name halfway through to Carama Public School. But
Carama, is that the
Carama.
one on the main road towards Fairfield?
on the Halsey Drive, yeah.
Yeah, across from. Do you remember? It used to be a Red Rooster on the corner.
Yeah, there was a
right?
Red Rooster.
Yeah, but then
I
it changed
know
it
where.
to
That
like burger joint. They
yeah.
were with the big
I
cake
know
size
what you're
burgers.
talking about.
yeah, the cake sauce
Yeah.
burgers.
So the Killer Burger?
Killer Burger.
Killer
that's
Burger,
the one.
that's
Yeah,
the
I
one.
know what you're talking about.
Killer
So you
Burger.
went to
I
that
went
one. Okay, yeah.
I went there a couple times.
So-
So shit.
That school, I know it's got that big building, right?
Yep.
The demand was I used to go there for vacation care.
That's
where I used to go for vacation.
Small world,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a little bit of a
Can I ask a question? So with the last couple of guests we had from what we call the party fam, what's your connection to the party fam, Juanito? How did you?
So
You know what I mean?
back in my time,
Where did you come
Because
from?
I actually thought you were. I thought you were a Prairie Wood.
no.
No. So what's
So
your connection?
Doug is my connection, basically.
Right.
Douglas over here.
Mhm.
I've known him for a while through other friends, but I actually first initially met him through his wife, or his sister-in-law, Carmen's little sister, Dinah.
Yeah.
Me and Dinah had a Holy Communion together. We were
Okay.
kids, we're like 6 years old.
Yeah.
Then like when we all turned like 16, 17, everyone started hanging out at house parties and shit like that.
Yep.
And we sort of kind of like reconnected.
Okay.
So from there, obviously best friends and everything, and then like I knew her whole family by then, and
Yeah.
like, obviously Carmen and Doug got together, got married, so I knew him.
Yep.
And yeah, so it was kind of like just like high and by sort
Yeah.
of situation. But
Yeah.
then the PlayStation came out, we started playing games, and
Yeah.
I was playing Destiny, and I know he was a big fan of the game,
Oh,
so he
you
invited me
reckon?
to play with the rest of the boys, and that's how I met you guys.
Yeah.
I
Right.
never played that rubbish, so don't put me in
No,
there.
fair enough.
That's right.
But-
But it's
Yeah. Okay.
Amigos down under comes to two there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much exactly where it
Yeah,
started. We started
right,
playing
okay.
on PlayStation, and I think it was me, you, and Fub,
Yeah.
and he who shall not be named.
He who shall not be named / the fucking name. We don't say his
Oh,
name.
So
Fucker.
we're doing this? Is that what we're doing?
No, we do it every episode.
Okay,
Yeah, he literally comes up every episode, but we don't say the name.
Until he comes on here.
Yeah, and even then, we'll call him the fucking in the whole time.
Okay, I see what's happening.
I see.
No,
Yeah,
but
so-
yeah, since then, like, got invited to a couple of events here and there, obviously, and now you guys are all stuck with me.
Yeah. Well, now
I'm not going nowhere.
That's the best thing
party
about
goes
the
up.
party fam.
Mm.
It's like an unwritten consensus. Everyone's like,
You
no,
go through
yeah,
initiation.
yeah.
Like,
Everyone's like, no, you can't. He'll stay. Yeah, yeah.
It goes around.
Yeah.
It spreads
I
around.
mean, if you got good
Yeah.
people around you,
Yeah.
you want them to stay. So that's
Yeah,
why
fucking oath.
you guys are amazing.
I have to admit, so the way it I'm trying to remember back. I'll probably speak to that person when we speak to him, but
Yeah.
it kind of went back to PlayStation. Kind of drew my connection with He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Mm.
We started playing Destiny together.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that's when I started hearing about his wife now. Back in Odyssey.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Then I hadn't seen him for years before that.
Yeah.
Since pretty much school, we hadn't seen him. Then we got together at his birthday. He had a little shindig thing, and then that's when we started hanging a little bit more regularly.
Okay, yeah.
With Fub. There when he came along, and then
Yeah.
everything else started with everyone else. Everyone came along.
Yeah,
all
and
joined
it just
up
grew,
together.
didn't it? It
Yeah.
went from like about 8 to 10 to we're up at about 20 odd,
Yeah.
Mm.
Who knows?
roughly.
Who knows? By this time next year, where will we be? We might have more. We might have
Well,
less.
hopefully have
Hopefully
at
not
least
less.
one more. At least one more. Well, less. I mean, if you're not pulling your weight, fuck off. No.
Yeah, fair
I'm
enough.
kidding.
We'll see
I'm
what
kidding.
happens.
No, I know who would cut first, but
Oh,
he who shall not be named.
Oh,
What?
lucky.
What do you think? Let's see if we're
Look
going to
right at
cut.
me.
Oh, please. No, because I was looking at you to say the name. We're supposed to be on the same
Nah,
page
because
here.
then it won't be fun anymore.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Who do
Yeah.
we pick on next?
No, actually, keep him. No, keep him. No, because it's not the same. Doug's Doug.
Like I wouldn't care.
Yeah, he couldn't give a shit. He'll
you,
probably
Gronk.
just
I know
sleep.
you're listening. I love you.
Yeah.
You're a Gronk.
You know,
You're a girl.
if we're not supervising him, though, all the barbecues in the area are going to be.
Oh.
And
Don't.
I will not talk about this because you guys are going to discuss this when he
Yes,
comes
this
up.
is a little precursor, a little bit of
fuck
a
it.
little bit of a trailer to what's to happen.
Fuck
we have
me.
plenty of stories.
But
with,
Dougie,
that bloke.
Dougie remembers. Remember,
Oh, yeah.
we looked at each other and we both wanted to punch him, but we won't go
well.
into it. We won't go into it.
Yeah. I won't go into it, but it kind of happened
It happened at Anna Bay.
Yeah, it happened.
It happened
no,
at
Yeah,
I'm
it
thinking
just
about
happened
the time
recently.
where he wanted to fight a barbecue.
That's what I was talking to.
That's another one.
No, we're talking.
Oh, man,
there you go.
there's too many stories. Too many
I remember
stories.
that too.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I remember that because Seb came up to me, do you know what the fuck just happened? I'm like, what? What did he do now?
I think 6 or 8 kilos you brought. Fucking 8 kilos of meat.
He's
Fuck it.
He's seeing black.
Yeah,
he was not
that's
red,
what-
he was seeing black.
That's what
Just
happens
just
when you have a
fucked
nap.
up all over me.
Doug and I just like, let's go have a nap. Had a nap. Obviously, not together. I wanted to, but he would say no.
Consent, please.
Yeah.
Consent for listeners. there.
But talking about barbecues at Anna Bay, and our guru over here,
Social media expert.
That's one. Thank you, Juanito.
You're welcome, mate.
Social media
I think
analyst.
was it yourself that put that video up? No, who was it? Who put the video
It was
up?
me.
It was you. Oh, well, fuck off, Adrian. Dougie.
I don't have any videos, man. I have no photos of the
Oh,
He was
Yeah.
drunk 24/7.
He was drunk
Yeah,
24/7.
my phone
Yeah.
was in my
What about
cabin the whole time.
that-
All those videos I sent you.
Yeah. Well,
video?
that's private collection.
The private ones.
Private collection. But
They're from
that
my collection. Not the...
that video of the tripod, as you see there, which is Juanito's nickname, all the ladies out there, Juanito, the tripod.
Or as they like to call me, hey, you in the bushes.
Yeah.
With the possums. Shout out Cornelius, I know you're listening.
You leave Cornelius out of this.
I'll see you next year, bros.
Yeah, so that tripod with the what did you take? You took like 8 kilos of asado, didn't you? 6 or 8.
About 45
45 chorizos. Yeah, that cooked in a couple of hours, and fuck me, it was good. We ate for what, 2 days, 2.5 days?
Yeah.
Yeah, with all that
Easy
food,
2
that
days.
was fucking
I was so drunk, I
beautiful.
don't remember eating.
Yeah, you were drunk.
So I don't remember.
Good
Are, you,
times.
But-
are we going to explain what asado is to
Yeah, oh
viewers?
please, Juanito, tell us.
Yeah, just go to our Instagram page and
Yeah.
have a like, and
to
you
be
have a
fair,
seat.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
When
will see it.
I shared it on my story, so when I saw it, it was fucking delicious, honestly. Like, so if you can picture a tripod, picture it's about what, say 1.8.
Yeah.
Let's say
Nah,
1.
it's pretty big. They're actually
It'd be
quite
about
tall.
1.8 tall.
I'd say 1.8 to 2 meters because you're about one. You're
No, it wouldn't be my height. It was just a bit less.
how tall are you?
I'm 186 centimeters.
There you go. Gee, that lady's about 6'3".
6'2",
6'2", ladies, and the tripod. You should see his ute. Anyway, go on.
He can cook.
He can, and he can dance. Actually, can dance. Go on.
He won a championship overseas.
He
for
did.
That's
dancing.
right. And he went overseas to come back, win a championship to come back home.
But clearly, my greatest achievement in life is being on this podcast. So
Yeah,
thank
of
you for having
course,
me, gentlemen.
of course,
no
of
worries.
course, of course.
But anyways, this tripod. So it's basically 3 big legs, and in the middle you got a chain that drags
Are
down.
you talking about yourself again?
bro, you're supposed to be talking about your barbecue. Stop talking about yourself.
It's a round grill. This grill it's connected to the chain, so you lift it up and down. So you can obviously change the temperature on what you're cooking.
It was amazing.
So it works perfectly.
Yeah.
It's a decent size too. So
Yeah.
we're pretty much the full 8 kilos
Yeah,
of
full
the
8
salad.
Mate,
kilos,
it was
isn't it?
done. Yeah, I couldn't believe how quickly you cooked it and how juicy it was.
See, I was worried it was going to be overcooked because
nah.
we had like the fire.
Yeah, it was pretty
what we
intense.
do
That
is
fire was pretty.
you
Yeah.
start a fire, bonfire, like a barbecue fire, or whatever. And you just chuck the tripods around top.
Yeah.
It's made of alloy, so
Yep.
you can touch it. Doesn't get hot. The
Yeah.
chain is good. You can touch the chain,
Yeah, nice.
and it's mate for $80.
Fucking brilliant.
Fucking brilliant, honestly.
I showed my this is you know when you get into that age because I was showing my dad, so I was watching. I kept watching, and then I showed my dad. He's like, "Oh, that's pretty fucking good." You should have seen him. He's like, "Oh, that's pretty fucking good, ain't it?"
And like,
While he's cooking an asado, having a scotch. But please explain asado.
yeah, so the asado basically is a rib cut, the beef ribs, right?
Mm.
Now, most of this was like I was talking to a mate of mine, he's an Argentinian guy, right? And his dad was there talking to us while he's cooking an asado, mind you, as well.
Mhm.
After and like we were talking about it, and he's like, yeah, like when he came to Australia, he was telling me stories that the Aussie guys used to, they'd buy their meats, they'd make their rump steaks, but they'd chuck away their asado, or they'll sell it for dirt cheap. So when these guys came to Australia, they'd be buying it in kilos for like nothing, $2 a kilo.
Fuck.
Oh, fucking hell. And how much is it
And
now?
they didn't
Yeah,
realize how
fuck
good the cut
me.
was. The
Yeah.
cut was amazing. Now
Yeah.
it's fucking, you're paying about $15 a kilo.
Man, I've
More
been
than that.
bro. I've
Yeah.
been like where you get it from out this way, where you got your cheaper butchers,
Yeah.
but they're still good quality. Over where I get them from, we've been paying. We're up to I think about $20, $21 a kilo.
I
But
saw
we've
it
been
for
paying.
23.
Yeah,
the Aussie translation would be, because when I lived in Blacktown, the Blacktown area, I used to go to the shops there. There was a butcher there, obviously Aussies and that. But I'd have it as shortcut beef ribs.
Yeah,
I saw it beef spare ribs, isn't it?
Beef shortcut.
That's
beef
what you
spare
say.
ribs.
You say shortcut
So
beef spare ribs.
Like Juanito said, it's spare.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the rubbish.
That's it. Yeah. Beef spare
Honestly,
ribs.
they used to chuck it. They never used it.
Yeah.
Which surprised me because now it's fucking. Bro, if
Yeah.
I see it everywhere I go, you have to fucking get.
But I
this.
tell you now, like you guys, you and Dougie were cooking that, and I remember you
To
were
be fair, he did most of it.
you were taking it off, and I was just cutting it, man, and I couldn't cut quick enough for the amount of time people were coming over just to eat it. It was even my kids. I mean, my daughter loves the salad. My son's a bit picky with it. You should have seen him. He kept coming over for fucking more and more and
Yeah,
more. It was
yeah.
just so juicy, you know.
Tender,
Oh, it was
juicy.
perfect. And what I like about asado, I don't know about you, like I like my meat sort of medium, maybe medium rare.
Fucking oath.
But asado, for me, it tastes better when it's towards the
Medium well.
medium well, yeah, where it's got a bit of a red tinge, and when you bite into it, there's a little bit of juice coming off, but it's not red.
Yeah.
I find it juicier. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but I find it better tasting that way.
Let me ask you, why do you prefer your meat that way? Like, what meat? I personally prefer it rare. The reason why, more flavor.
Yeah,
For me
yeah,
personally, the taste of the meat is what I enjoy.
Yeah.
I also like it being tender. I don't like chewing things like I'm chewing gum.
Yep.
So with the asado, because it's such a good cut, even if you cook it a bit more, you
Yeah.
still get the juicy
Yeah.
side. You still get the tender side.
Fucking oath.
That's
Yeah.
because
It's on
all
the
the
bone.
fat. That's
Yeah.
all the
It's on the
fat.
bone as
All
well.
the fat goes there,
Correct.
and you're cooking it at a high heat.
Yep.
That fat's obviously
Yeah.
going into the actual meat cuts.
As well as the
you know.
bone marrow as well gives them a bit of flavor.
How good is that when you sit there just sucking on the bone marrow? That's what she said. Doug is having a drink. I had to say it for him.
Yeah, sorry, bro.
Yeah, all good.
I was thirsty.
Yeah.
Now, that plus the chorizo together,
those
that's
chorizos
what
are
we
off the
call. That's a typical Saturday afternoon for like
Yeah.
people from our culture.
Fucking oath.
That's a typical barbecue for it.
Yeah,
It's just what you would have. really.
Very much going on assimilating over here. It's like, I don't know about you, but in Chile it would be, they might have a beer, but it would be more like pisco, or a wine, or maybe a scotch, depending on, how well off you were. But over here, my dad, he'll have a beer at the start because it's hot, and then he'll move over to scotch because the beer bloats him.
Yeah.
But he always has a beer, like, we assimilate. Like Aussies, you guys can see me doing the fucking...
The bunnies.
Yeah, the bunnies, that's the one. But, we love our barbecues over here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's part of Australian culture.
Yeah,
So
having a
I
beer
guess
barbecue with your mates. And that's what we do.
The similarity
just
between is just
Cooked a different way and a different cut of meat, but it's the same thing. Bloke sitting around a barbecue talking shit. A bloke always fucks the barbecue. He who shall not be named is the one that fucks it. But there's other people that are really good at it. There's blokes that are always the ones if Doug's there, I usually try and let him take over because I know he cooks a fucking mean barbecue. But if he's not there, then usually I'm like, I'm looking around and no one else is really going to take over, and I try and stop he who should not be named from touching the
I
shit.
normally give him a fist. Like, I go fix this cunt. Love you, cunt.
So, yeah.